So I just saw Chuck's new video on YouTube ranking the Showa monsters from weakest to strongest. Here's the list right here. I do have a few contentions with it though, but other than that, I kind of agree with it. Now, if you watch the entire video all the way through, you'll notice that Gigan is below Megalon. At first, I'm like, that's not possible. There's no way that Megalon is stronger than Gigan. But then he goes on to say it's like they're comparable, which I honestly don't agree with. But there's not very much to put him above Gigan, besides the fact that they are comparable. Which, again, I don't really agree with, because it's Megalon. It's Megalon. Megalon's not able to speed blitz Ghidorah, but Gigan would be able to, considering he speed blitzed Godzilla multiple times, at this point, Godzilla being faster than Ghidorah at the time. Another thing that Chuck said that I agree with is Megalon rushed in sloppily with no strategy as to how to beat Gigan, so that's probably also another reason for his downfall, but I still don't agree with the fact that he's comparable to Gigan. It just doesn't make any sense. The ugly dung beetle cockroach mutant does not stand a chance. There's no way. And I also find it very interesting, although I agree with it wholeheartedly, King Caesar above Kong. Kong is one of the weakest ones in the Showa era. Now, again, a lot of people aren't going to agree with that, but if you listen through the entire thing, it makes sense. I mean, it should be pretty obvious. King Caesar was able to go up against Mechagodzilla being the strongest, arguably the strongest kaiju in the Showa era. Even though King Caesar didn't win and whatnot, he still held his own for as long as he could until Godzilla showed up. Kong, on the other hand, that's a different story. Kong fought an older version of Godzilla, one that wasn't as strong as the one that fought Mechagodzilla. So that in itself just kind of makes sense. I mean, just looking at it feats-wise, King Caesar was somewhat relative to Mechagodzilla, able to dodge attacks, able to land some hits. It just makes sense. That would also mean that Showa King Caesar would absolutely decimate Monster vs. Kong. I'm pretty sure we already knew that though, but I'm just reiterating that. Same thing with Godzilla. Godzilla wouldn't stand a chance either. Actually, nothing in a Legendary series would stand a chance against Showa King Caesar. So yeah, there's that. I mean, other than that, I kind of agree with it. It makes sense. Again, there could be some arguments for some things and whatnot, like Mothra's placement a little bit, and Gearus's placement just a bit, but I mean, if you look through the entire video, it kind of just makes sense. He explains it really well, and if you watch the movies, it also makes sense.